Oh my gosh, you guys, it is 2015. I can't even fucking believe it. I have been so ridiculously busy with holidays and New Year's and parties and birthdays and more holidays, and it's just fucking crazy. I'm just going to share with you some hangover tips. If you've ever seen me the day after, you are well aware that hangovers are my mortal enemy, and for some reason I always seem to get them. Okay, so these might not apply to every situation all the time, but the first thing that you're going to want to do upon waking up, assess the situation. First things first, is there a human next to you? Second thing, do you know the human that's next to you? Third thing, do you have the essentials? Wallet, phone, keys. Take care of these things first and then get back to me. Now, once you've assessed your situation, you're probably thinking, God, I really need to check my phone. This is a bad idea. Trust me, don't look. You don't want to know what you missed because God only knows, and you are probably better off never knowing. Now, the next step would be finding some clothing. Now, that's a really daunting task and sometimes leads to more questions that you don't have answers for, and you might not be mentally and spiritually prepared for the answers. So I suggest simply wrapping yourself up in the blanket and crawling to the bathroom. By the way, it is acceptable and perhaps even expected that you crawl anywhere and everywhere that you are going today. You don't need to impress anybody. You probably impressed people last night or embarrassed them, whatever. On your way to the bathroom and in the bathroom, don't turn on any lights unless absolutely necessary. Right now, in your life, lights are not your friend. You don't want to see any more of your life than you need to, and you probably don't want to see yourself in the mirror because it's a really terrifying thing, and you just went through a lot of trauma the night before. So emotionally, you don't need to subject yourself to that kind of torture. Not yet. Get to the bathroom, pee, do whatever else it is that you need to do in the bathroom, and then crawl back to bed. Don't think that you need to do anything else right now. You crawl right back to bed. Now, the next step is to commence in texting every single solitary human that you know and see if you can't harangue somebody into meeting you for lunch. Now, I understand lunch might seem like it's a really, really complicated thing, and you probably won't be able to manage that. But I promise you, this is for the good of your body, your soul, your mind. Trust Danny on this one. I am not going to lead you wrong. Now, once you've found somebody to harass into meeting you for lunch, immediately go back to sleep. Give yourself a minimum of 2 hours. I don't care how hungry you are. I don't care how much your body hurts. And I actually don't really care when you agreed to meet your friend for lunch. 2 hours, no questions asked. Now that you have done the very basic minimum things that you need to do to leave the house, you have met your friend for lunch. Understand that this is your time to say thank you to your liver for all of the hard work that it has done the night before. So get yourself the biggest fucking water that you possibly can. And even if you think it's going to make you sick, you drink it. You drink all of it, and you drink it fast. And then you ask for another one and a Bloody Mary. At this point, you should not have had a Bloody Mary because you're not going to be able to keep it down most likely, and you just wasted money if you did. Now, after a glass of water, it's okay to go ahead and order that Bloody Mary. Now, when you're at lunch, this is a good time to begin to reconstruct the night before. If you are with somebody who is with you, you guys can kind of piece together what happened and get a fuzzy, sort of half-melted puzzle of what happened the night before, but don't get overboard. Just let the pieces that come naturally come together, and don't try to figure out how one thing led to another. It's don't. And if that person wasn't with you, their job is to support you as a person. So just understand that they're going to have to put up with. Please keep in mind, you got 2 hours to sleep before you went for lunch. Lunch should not be more than an hour and a half long. I promise you, this is a steadfast rule. If you stay any longer, you're going to get yourself into trouble. You're either going to be roped into doing things that more sober and more responsible humans are capable of doing on the weekend that you just can't do, like go to Target or go to the mall. And if you stay at this place where you are lunching, that Bloody Mary is going to turn into a shot, which is going to turn into a drink and then another shot. And then you're stuck doing this again tomorrow. Just give yourself one day, an hour and a half at lunch, go home. Now, once you were a responsible human and you went home like I told you to do, go ahead and grab the following 3 items before crawling onto the sofa, couch, bed. When do I ever say sofa? What the into your bed or your couch or wherever it is that you are content to spend the next 6 hours of your life without moving. Bring a hairbrush, some Advil, and chapstick, and water. So I guess 4 things. I highly suggest that maybe you put all of these together in a bag. You get bonus points if you put some pill-formed Pepto-Bismol in there as well. Body will never say no to Pepto-Bismol on this day. You have really one of 2 options at this point. Once you have medicated, hydrated, brushed your hair, because god damn it, you fucking slob, brush your hair. You've got 2 options. 1, you find whichever housewife is on at the time, or really anything. Just turn on Bravo. Bravo's option number 1, Netflix is option number 2. I suggest short TV shows because it is likely that you're going to fall asleep in the middle of them, and you don't want to miss out on too much. Weeds is a really great option, though I don't believe that's on Netflix, but you can insert your own 22-minute show at your choice. Another option might be a documentary. Bonus points if it's depressing. It's always nice to know that life could be a lot worse when you're hungover. Also, you can go on YouTube. You probably went on YouTube earlier in the morning, and if you didn't, you should have in the 2 hours rest before lunch. But now go ahead, go on YouTube while Netflix is playing, and Bravo, or Bravo, both, whatever, doesn't matter. I don't know how many devices you have. I'm not here to judge. But go on YouTube. I highly suggest Grace Helbig, or my absolute favorite when I'm hungover is Mamrie Hart. She certainly does have a show based primarily on alcoholic beverages, but they almost always look delightful, and it's nice for your stomach to see that alcohol can be delicious, and it'll kind of help soothe it. And again, sleeping at any point is completely acceptable. And finally, you've been to lunch, you spent some time on the couch and in bed, I don't know, maybe you spent time doing both. Kudos to you. As long as you crawled from couch to bed, or vice versa, that's fine. Walking, again, not okay. Now it's time for dinner. I highly suggest mashed potatoes. Chewing is for go-getters. You were a go-getter last night. That's why you feel the way you do now. Even if you feel good, chewing is that's for tomorrow. Tomorrow is a day to chew. Tonight, you just put foods into your mouth that you can swallow and gum easily. It's easy on your stomach, it's easy on your mouth, and you just don't want to be asking too much of yourself. And that's really it. Then it's time for bed, which can be at 8:30 at night. That's fine. Nobody's gonna judge you. You are doing yourself a favor after everything bad that you did yourself last night. So if anybody tries to make you feel bad, just say, hey, listen, I might be hungover and that might be my fault, but what I did last night to my body is far worse than what I'm doing for it today. So improvement, right? I really missed everybody. I'm super happy to be back, and I hope you're happy to see this beautiful face on whatever device or computer or television or whatever it is that you are using to look at me. Stuff planned. Yeah, please give me a little thumbs up and a share, and I'm really happy to be back, and I hope you missed me. I missed you. Tell everybody this is your song. Share this if you think that this too could help you deal with the trauma that is a hangover.